Some criminals count on chaos to hide their mistakes, forgetting that confusion has a way of clearing. Let's watch how a handful of bold choices start a story worth following. Five 7-Eleven stores in a single day, a stolen Hyundai, lookouts, and clearly assigned roles. These guys planned everything except the ending. After one more attempted robbery, the chase ended with multiple arrests, leaving only one suspect still on the run. One thing is certain, the ending for these robbers won't be a happy one. They walked in thinking they were running a smooth operation. Instead, they created a case file and a whole lot of questions. Turns out the only thing they successfully stole was their own peace of mind. Robbing a pawn shop in a Dodge Charger sounds like they were auditioning for a low-budget crime movie. Too bad real life doesn't end when the credits roll. A whole group of people, a detailed plan, and months spent targeting high-end eyewear stores, only to end up getting caught. They put in a lot of effort chasing expensive items, but forgot the price of getting caught. He treated fast food restaurants like ATMs, expecting easy money every time. That's a bold strategy, until every stop becomes another chapter in the same investigation. He walked in pretending to buy something, then suddenly demanded the cash register. That's like showing up for a job interview and robbing the office instead. Bold and unbelievably stupid. Cash, candy, and a quick getaway. It's hard to tell whether these two thought they were committing a robbery or just shopping for movie night.
I'm numb.
$900,000 worth of jewelry? That wasn't a quick theft. It was a nearly $1 million mistake waiting to happen. They thought they had found a treasure, but they may have actually opened the door to a much longer stay behind bars.
Your phone too. Your phone too. I'm gonna shoot you right now. Your phone too.
He jumped over the counter demanding cash and alcohol, then tried to intimidate the employee. That's not being tough. That's just a reckless plan with a serious attitude problem. Breaking into Burger King through the back door and demanding the cash from the register and the safe, they skipped the combo meal and went straight for the felony menu. Six people working together could have started a small business. Instead, they picked the one business plan that comes with detectives instead of customers. Four people planned this like it was a group project. One guarded the door, two grabbed the money, and somehow they still picked armed robbery as their best life decision. That's teamwork pointed in the absolute wrong direction. Stealing from Tesco was already a bad idea, but attacking an employee turned one mistake into an even bigger disaster. She wasn't shopping for alcohol. She was apparently collecting criminal charges. Like an action movie star, jumping over the counter, grabbing the cash register, and making a dramatic getaway. Too bad real life doesn't pay actors for decisions that bad. He pulled up in a nice-looking red Toyota Camry, just to steal someone else's package. Imagine owning a decent car and still making bargain bin life choices. They came for luxury Cartier watches, but all they really left with was a surveillance video and a police investigation with their names waiting to be filled in. Nearly 25 masked suspects stormed a jewelry store, stole about $1 million in jewelry, fired shots to escape, and sped away at over 100 miles per hour. After all that, 7 of them still ended up in handcuffs. Turns out, even the fastest getaway eventually runs out of road. Imagine threatening someone's life over the cash in a liquor store. All that intimidation for a few minutes of money. That's not being tough. That's taking the fastest shortcut to ruining your own future. Four thieves smashed through 2 layers of glass, stole 10,000 pounds in cash, then spent 11 minutes wrestling a 750-kilogram safe filled with Rolex watches and 500,000 pounds worth of jewelry into a Ford Focus. That's a lot of effort for a getaway that looked more like a moving day. Robbing the register wasn't enough. They had to assault an innocent employee too. If anyone has earned a long stay behind bars, it's these two. The suspects spent 5 minutes pretending to shop, pulled a knife, and tried to attack the owner. They weren't expecting the employee behind the counter to be ready to defend the store. Their robbery ended before it even began. They broke into a party supply store, but the only party waiting for them now might be in a courtroom. A dozen masked thieves stormed a family-owned jewelry store, smashed the display cases, and grabbed as much jewelry as they could. When it takes an entire crew to rob one small business, that's not a show of strength, it's a show of cowardice. He probably thought the hardest part was getting the safe out of the building. Reality usually reminds people that escaping with it, and living with the consequences, is the real challenge. Most people leave a pet store with adoption papers. This guy walked out with a criminal investigation instead. He walked in like a normal customer, bought a face mask, waited until everyone else left, then robbed the store. Paying for the mask but stealing the cash is one of the strangest shopping decisions you'll ever see. Five people worked together to steal 10 bottles of liquor, 2 bottles each, and an entire stretch of time ahead, explaining to the police why they did it in the first place. He carefully looked over the liquor selection like a wine expert, then sprinted out with 2 bottles. Turns out his favorite vintage was unpaid. The confidence was unbelievable. But choosing a mother and her baby as targets outside their own home was even worse. If stupid decisions paid overtime, those guys would already be millionaires. A laundromat is for washing clothes, not stealing someone else's phone while it's charging. That's got to be one of the worst ways to get something for free. They came in as shoppers, left as robbery suspects, and somehow thought assaulting an employee would improve the situation. That's like pouring gasoline on a fire and calling it a solution. Imagine checking into a hotel, and someone else is checking in for your belongings. These two treated the hotel lobby like it came with complimentary luggage service. Food delivery drivers are out there trying to make an honest living. These two looked at that and thought, a free car sounds better. That's a pretty terrible business model. He walked into Jack in the Box pretending to order food, then said, "Everything's gonna be okay." That's probably the least reassuring sentence anyone could have heard right before a robbery. The suspect kept moving from place to place, like experience points were being unlocked. Unfortunately, the only level being reached was Most Wanted. At 71 years old, most people are enjoying retirement. This guy chose to terrorize store employees for over $60,000 instead. That's one retirement plan nobody should copy. Smashing through the glass door was probably the easiest part. Explaining to the police why they thought it was a good idea, that's the part criminals never seem to plan for. Getting asked to leave a store isn't exactly a personal challenge. Most people leave. These guys chose to leave with an assault case instead. That's one expensive temper tantrum. They pulled up thinking this was going to be a quick robbery mission. Plot twist: the victim didn't follow the script. Sometimes the biggest mistake criminals make is assuming everyone else is going to be helpless. This guy really thought an early morning robbery was the perfect plan. No customers, no witnesses, just a quick and easy score. But he forgot one thing: police always have a way of finding you. Step 1. Pretend to be a customer. Step 2. Come back with a partner. Step 3. Somehow forget that every store has cameras. A flawless plan, if the goal was to make a terrible decision. They came looking for free upgrades, but the only thing they really upgraded was their list of problems. Turns out crime doesn't come with a warranty. They broke into a barber shop and stole even the clippers. It's hard to believe they risked everything for tools designed to help other people look better.
Bueno, vale 94,500. ¿De cuánto me disculpa? 200 mililitros.
This guy walked into a pharmacy like he was there to pick up medicine. but the only dose he ended up taking with him was a serious prescription for trouble.
Madre, no corra porque la mato, madre, la mato. La mariquera.
Barranquilla is seeing a rise in robberies, and once again, criminals are proving they don't think past the first few minutes. They chase a quick score, but forget that every bad move comes with a price tag. They treated the office like an easy jackpot, but crime isn't a shortcut. It's a fast lane to trouble. The only thing they successfully earned was a whole lot of attention. Three guys walked into McDonald's thinking they were about to pull off a big score. They jumped the counter, searched the registers, and ran out like movie villains. The problem? Even bad movies have better endings than this. A church is supposed to be a place of peace and respect, but he walked in looking for something to steal. Taking a guitar from a sacred place isn't just wrong, it's a decision completely out of tune. One played lookout, while the other grabbed the money, and then they both sprinted for the exit. Funny how the fastest part of the plan is always running away from the consequences. Trying to rob a credit union for quick cash is like borrowing trouble with the highest interest rate imaginable. The money disappears fast, but the consequences keep collecting. Every case in this collection reminds us that reckless choices rarely stay hidden for long. Whether it was quick thinking, persistence, or simple human error, the truth always found a way to surface. In the end, overconfidence may be the favorite tool of a criminal, but it's often the first thing to betray them. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, leave a comment, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves true crime stories.